I hope you're ready for another episode of Why Jesus. Let's meet our guest on today's show, Reshma from Kerala. Hi Reshma, welcome to the Why Jesus show.
Hi, Tehi.
Now, before we start off with our show today, let's hear a little more about yourself, Reshma.
Yeah, as you say, my name is Reshma, and I'm now doing my BTech degree, that's Computer Science and Engineering, and I'm basically from Kerala, and yeah, that's it.
You said you're doing a computer science engineering, right, Reshma? So Reshma, tell me, do you think computers are a blessing or a curse for this present generation?
For me, it's a great blessing because we have a lot of advantage from computers nowadays. You know, you have this online, everything you can get from online, internet. It's it made the world so smaller in your hands. So I think it's a great blessing to have computers and internet and everything.
What do you have to say about the very highly prevalent cybercrime?
Yeah. Nowadays, the cyber crimes are increasing because, everyone is taking a disadvantage of these computers. This great advantage you can use in a major way. You can, there is so much good things about computers, but some people are taking that advantage as a disadvantage, and so much crimes here and everywhere. And as you use a computer, you get scared to use it because there's lots of, you can't say when your computer get hacked or something, when your bank balance will get, all get ruined away. So it's kind of scary, these cyber hacks and attacks. So I would say you should be prepared for all these attacks, and you should use that safety measures and all things.
Now, have you had a bad experience with computers personally?
I think I haven't yet. I'm not just that much into the computers. I think I can face if I, went to that much big levels.
I hope it stays that way, right? Stay cyber safe. Yeah. Now, why did you pursue computers? Do you have a natural affinity for technology?
Actually, in my school days, I was not that fond of computers, and I wasn't even not fond of computers, doing computers. But when my 12th grade and after my 12th year, I have to choose some subject. But there was a choice of me taking in biology or the computers. So I thought, I don't know, and I love both, but I don't know which I have to choose. But I just prayed, and I just prayed, and God said, I don't know, I just feel I have to take the computers. But I took the computers, by God's grace, I just passed the computers with the highest marks. And if I'm thinking about if I chose the biology, I would have failed or something, because I can't just take that much subject, vast subject. But I think computer is a lot simpler than biology.
Now you said you prayed, and this is a major decision, choosing your career. Right? Do you always pray before making major decisions in your life? Well, you're young, but I'm saying, relatively, important decisions in your life.
I prayed most of the times because, most of the times because sometimes I'm being confused, I can't make a choice. So that time, you can't say I will take, there will be 2 more or 3 more decisions or choices. You'll be so confused and you have no idea what to do. And most of the things, your parents gonna say something else, your friends gonna say something else, and you just don't like both the choices. And that time I pray that time. When I get so much confused, if I can't do anything, that time I will pray, God, please, please give me the right choice so that I should not regret. So that's why I pray.
Now, how did you get into the habit of praying before making important decisions?
I would say that's because of my dad. Because when from my childhood, my dad doesn't care if you eat without, you sleep without eating, or if you don't bath, but he cares for one thing, that you have to pray before you go to sleep, or you have to pray after you getting up. So if you didn't do it, he will surely scold us or beat us. He will get so much angry about it. So for that, reason, I get that much, from my childhood, I get that base that you should pray before going to sleep or before going to study. So I get that relationship with that God, godly presence. So that's how I get that.
Now, did you always pray just because your dad told you to pray? Or was it because, no, at some point in your life you felt like praying is doing you some good? You had a personal experience where you felt, no, praying is an effective tool for me to live my life better, to make the right choices in my life.
Yeah.
We do a lot of things because our parents tell us to do so. Our culture, our religion demands us to obey our parents. And so to a point in our life, we go to church or, we follow whatever they say. But at some point in your life, you start to question. So did you do all this because your parents told you? Or was there some point in your life, Reshma, where you felt, no, I need to pray for myself. It's not because my dad's going to scold me or beat me. This is something I need to do.
Yeah, from my childhood, like my kindergarten or times, that's because of my father told me, that's why I pray. But when I came to high school, I was so lonely, I haven't much friends, so I became so lonely and I was so depressed. So that time I don't know what to do. My parents can't help me because they can't, sometimes they get so much angry about my questions and whatever I'm taking, they can't understand me. So, and my friends, they don't know the answer, what to say, or they will say something, but that doesn't satisfy me. So at that time, I have heard from a speech or something that God has all answers. So I thought, if I pray, maybe I get some answers. So I prayed. I prayed a lot, make a way, please go away, go off the disappointments in me. And I don't know what happened after my high school that I'm getting so much peace in me. I started to get some peace. So then I realized that praying and being with a Lord, Jesus, is much greater than being with your friends or family.
Now, has there been any time, since you had that personal experience where you felt, I'm still praying, but there are some times in your life where you don't find answers or you're not getting that satisfaction as you did before. And that kind of makes you feel unsettled in your faith.
Yeah, as I said, I had this big dream of becoming an astronaut. So I have prayed so much and I know what happened, but I can't become that. So I was so much, what is happening, why is it happening? Then I choose computer science and become an engineer. So I thought that was for the better. God didn't give me, that time I was kind of, asking so much questions, why, but now if I think about it, I'm being able to achieve a lot greater in computer science than being an astronaut. So, computer engineer, like being an astronaut, and now I realize that it was for my better. It's all for my better, or all for my good. That's why that happened, and now I'm satisfied because.
Now, what would you say for youngsters out there who have faith in Jesus, how to tackle these situations where, your prayers are, I wouldn't say unanswered, maybe delayed?
Yeah, I would say you have to be, that faith, don't lose your faith. Just pray that, Lord, give me answers. I pray like, please, Lord, if you give me answers, I'll give your testimony. I'll give testimony and I will surely give you a testimony. And I can't believe it because the next right moment I will get answers. For me, he's a wonder walking and he walked so much fastly. And for me, that's a great thing. That's a great blessing. So I tell everyone out there because, just don't lose faith. It's because your God is always with you and he will always by your side and he's always, he's making plans for you, or he's making that, whatever, bad is going, he's making it going, it's just to go away, and he's making good things for you. That's the moment of, that time. The time limit is that for the answers is actually the time he's taken for making a blessing for you.
Now, you said, in your high school, you did face some times of trouble from all the experiences. And even now, you said you are pursuing your computer science engineering. What are some of the pressures you face as a youngster?
As an youngster, as I'm in Kerala, the main pressure is about the high grades, about the grades, and mainly in Kerala, it's about the grades, about the higher studies, about the jobs you get, about the higher salaries. People only care about what you're studying. The first thing someone sees you and asks in Kerala here is, what are you doing? What are you studying? And it would say, if you say you are doing computer science, and if they would first say, oh, it's a lot of people are doing it. Is there any job opportunities? Can you achieve something? Then some people would add, you can't achieve something. You won't get a job of high paid salary. You will be like that. Oh, so why are you doing it? Drop it. That's a big pressure. It just makes your confidence level go down. So that's a big pressure here in Kerala. So even if, about the marks, if I faced a lot after my 12th grade, after my board exams, people starting as, how was your percentage? I would say, like, I got about 72%. People say, oh, why that happened? If you have learned, you have hard work, you could have get more. And I know that's so much pressure. You can't, you feel so much disappointed that time. And you feel like, a lot of children nowadays in Kerala are, attempting suicide for it. A lot of people are, because of this reason, people are just pressurizing, you should get more marks, you should have, mostly the people, in Kerala, these people are talking about you should go for MBBS, or you should go for, even though you are engineer, you should do civil engineer, you should do mechanical engineer so that you get high paid salaries. So I feel like that's so much pressure on you. That means, for me, I don't like these. I don't want to go to MBBS. So that much. People are making pressure. You should go. You should go. You should get that marks. But that's a big pressure on nowadays. Students in Kerala.
So what would you say to these youngsters who are facing such pressure? How to tackle it?
I'd say just don't listen to it. You listen to your. I would say listen to your heart and your God, because God knows everything. That's what's better for you. What's great for you. Because God, Jesus, He created you. God created you, so He knows better about you and everyone. So you should pray and listen to your God. And otherwise, I would say do what you like. Do what you like most. Don't go for the parents or even your friends. You can't say their choices and our choices are maybe different. So don't go for that. Just go for what you like, what you prefer, or what you are, insist to do.
Now, Reshma, has your spiritual life ever affected your friendships or your social life with your peers?
Yeah, a lot. It's done a lot, because now I'm in college. So, in my Facebook page, in my timeline are filled with Jesus. My profile picture is a cross. My cover photo is about Jesus. And all my, shares will be about the verses, Bible verses, songs, about Christian songs. And, that people started to ask me, are you Pentecost today? Are you Pentecost? Like, I said, no, I'm not Pentecost. I'm going to church. You have a lot of faith, yeah. But, and everyone's saying, why are you being so, you're being that, put a profile pic of your nice photo. I said, I know, I'm not interested in that. And all my friends, even if in my friends I'm going for a prayer, and I'm at prayer, and they're like, oh, a prayer, if I'm saying, if they all ask me to go out for a treat or something, and I say, no, I have a prayer for this day, or saying, oh, why are you going for prayer? It's something is while time waste or something. I feel that much, I feel so, I feel depressed or sad, kind of sad.
So how do you react to your friends' reactions? They're definitely not encouraging.
Yeah, sometimes, it makes me so much hard, and so I will react like, then, I don't know, something happens, it's okay, because that's not true. For me, there wasn't so much friends. That time, Jesus was only the friend for me. And even if they don't like me, I just don't care, because Jesus is always with me. I don't have to bother about it. Even I have only this sadness, because they can't understand Jesus as I have understand him.
Now, you said that you feel bad and sad that they can't understand. So, do you try to reach out with that hope that you have in Jesus to others? Because a lot of them don't know about it. They're ignorant, they're oblivious to, what Jesus can give, what you say. So, do you try, or have you ever shared about your testimony of Jesus? And has someone in your age group come to you and said, Reshma, please tell me about Jesus? Or, someone approached you saying, I want to really have that kind of peace that you're having?
Yeah, actually no one reached like, I want to know about Jesus, but there were so much situations like, my friend were crying a lot much. I was just go to her now. So what happened? She was taking her driving license test and she had failed for 3 times. And she was, she had this test for the 4th time for the next day. And she doesn't have any confidence that time. So I asked, just don't worry about it. I have given her a book that In His Presence of Brother Dr. Matthew Varghese. So it was a great book. It has a lot of inspiring Bible verses, and they got a lot of prescriptions about it. So I give to her. I have given earlier to her. So I asked her to read it. I asked her to read it, and I asked her to remove your phone. No one's gonna help you with your test tomorrow. Of course, you have to do it alone. But the only one person who can help you is Jesus. No one else can help you. It's a driving test. It's a driving test. You have to do it alone. So I asked her to, read that book. Just open it, read any chapter, and I asked her to pray. Just pray and believe. Believe that you will get it tomorrow. So I asked her like that, and and she listened, and and I think she prayed, and the next day, I don't know, she just did it in the first try itself. She got the driving license, and she was crying actually, and she called me, and I got the license, and she was actually so much happy about it. And then that time she realized that Jesus he can do several things for you at any time. When no one can help you, he can do mighty things.
Now, Reshma, have you had any negative feedback or negative reactions to your trying to tell someone or share your faith about Jesus too?
Yeah, there are a lot of, because when I say about anything about the Jesus and this, you just go away and we don't have to hear it. You have to hear so many about so much things in our church and everywhere. We don't have to hear what you're saying.
So what do you do then?
I just that time I just don't want to compel them and hear it. They won't listen, and even though if I say, it won't go to their heart. They can't understand. Even if there is a situation, if there is a situation they're in a mind that they can't, handle, that time if we say about Jesus, they can understand. They will listen to you. But otherwise, they won't just listen. They will just go away from you.
So, Reshma, when you're not praying and when you're not studying, what do you do to relax?
I mostly listen to music, and I will usually sing songs.
Oh, you sing. Have you learned singing?
Yeah, I have learned my Western music in Trinity.
Nice.
I'm doing my grade 5. Yeah, now I'm doing my grade 6.
So do you sing publicly for events?
Yeah, I sing in my chorus in fasting prayers.
In fasting prayers. So do you sing mostly Christian songs?
Yeah, I sing mostly Christian songs. I'm not fond about this new English, Western modern songs.
Can you sing us a favorite song of yours?
Yeah, my favorite song. It's one of the, my favorite song because it tells about what I have been through and what Jesus had did for me. So it's a song. It's a song of Brother Dr. Matthew Varghese. He's the leader of our founder and leader of a ministry that I go to, that is World Toward Ministries, and it's a fasting prayer ministry, We fast and pray, and you get a lot closer to God by fasting prayers. And if you want, you can listen to these songs in our World Tour Radio. It's an internet radio. We would say it's a www.worldtourradio.com.
Go ahead.
My song, it's a Malayalam song. എണ്ണമില്ലാ നന്മകളാൽ യേശുവെന്നെ നയിച്ചിടുന്നു. എണ്ണമില്ലാ നന്മകളാൽ യേശുവെന്നെ നയിച്ചിടുന്നു. അനുദിനമേശുവെന്നെ കരം പിടിച്ചു നടത്തിടുന്നു. അനുദിനമേശുവെന്നെ കരം പിടിച്ചു നടത്തിടുന്നു. യേശുവെന്നെ സൂക്ഷിക്കുന്നു. യേശുവെന്നെ രക്ഷിക്കുന്നു. യേശുവെന്നെ പുലർത്തുന്നു. യേശു എന്നെ യേശു പൊന്നേശു.
That's a great voice there, Reshma.
Yeah.
Reshma, who do you look up to in your spiritual relationship, your faith in Jesus?
I mostly look up to Brother Dr. Matthew Swargis. He's a great example for me because he's our, as I said, he's the leader of our ministry. He's a great worker of God. He has done mighty things for God because he has translated, several Bibles. He had translated the Malayalam, the old Malayalam version to a new Malayalam version, and he has done, he has done several, tribal languages in India there where there is no gospel in it. That languages doesn't even have even a single word printed. The first thing the first printed word in their language is Bible. So brother uncle, I call him brother uncle. So he did, and he had translated Bible to their languages and for the language of their hearts. They speak several other languages, but the mother tongue, the language you have grown up with, that's the language of your heart. So when you get your Bible with your mother tongue, that's a great thing. You can understand, it will touch your heart easily. So he had translated these Bibles to their languages, and almost 8 languages have almost already finished, and we have given to their tribal languages. And we in our ministry we have now started a Word to Word museum. It is an international museum. We have it's the biggest museum in whole Asia. Because it is the biggest philatelic museum, it's the biggest numismatic museum in Asia, and it has a Bible showcase. Because at the Bible showcase, it has all the Bible collections that in languages that has ever translated. And it have ancient Bibles. It has the fossils of the in Jesus' place. That Holy Lands have fossils. It's the biggest museum, and the biggest thing is that you have the biggest cross museum. You have several thousand crosses about the whole world, different crosses. Every country uses different crosses. They have every that have different cross collections, and we have this Jesus tomb, just like in Calvary. That's Calvary. We have Calvary. And we have just like exactly how it is in the Jerusalem. So it's a great thing, and I have went to see it. The moment when I went to the tomb and prayed, I felt I was sitting in the feet of my Jesus. It was so much feeling that grace of Him that time. So it was so much great experience.
Now, where is this museum located?
This museum is in Trivandrum, Peringur, and it's in Kerala. So it's the biggest museum in the whole Asia.
Interesting. I guess we can find more information on this
In our website. About our website, we have a page in Facebook about it, and you can see it online.
Now, Reshma, if I were to give you a chance to change the world today, what would be the change that you would like to see?
The change, that's a big question. I would say the change will only come when your heart changes. If you if you touch someone's heart with, with your love and your, the love and the kindness, if someone, get that kindness and love, I would say the kindness and love of Jesus, how he given to the people. And if you touched with them, if you touch that, the love and peace and the kindness to other people, I think that would change them internally, and that change would change that person wholly. So I don't want to change the whole world at a time. I want to change the single person. That's how he can change another person. So that's just like a chain reaction. So that can create, the whole world. You can't just go out the world and you can't change the world at a time. As in, if you try to change one person, I think that's a great success. That will change another person, and that will change, I think, a lot of people. And that would create a great change in the world.
So Reshma, we're going to wrap up today's show. And as we do that, what would you like to tell the world? You said you would like to change one person at a time. And here's your chance. You're going to be given a chance to speak to millions of people out there, youngsters like you. What would you like to tell them?
If you're feeling lonely or you're depressed, please don't suicide. Just for one moment, just say in your heart that, I would say Jesus is always with you. You don't have to go to church, or you don't have to read a prayer or something. You just have to say in your heart that, please, Jesus, help me to get out of this situation. So that, if you pray sincerely, I'm 100% sure that Jesus will get you out of that situation, and he will surely help you.
Reshma, thank you so much for your wonderful experiences that you've shared with us on Why Jesus. Thank you for having your time here with us. We wish you the best of luck for your completion of the computer science engineering, and I hope you continue to touch one person at a time, leading to so many lives being changed. Thank you so much for joining us, friends, on another episode of Why Jesus. That was Reshma that we had as a guest today. Let's find out on our next show who our next friend is, who wants to talk about their experience with Jesus. Until then, goodbye.